Hello, welcome to Will Forge. Today we will forge. I think very exhausted today, so pardon being so late. To get started, I think I'm probably gonna end up having to say that every day. It seems like. Okay, there we go. Mike's back. Yeah, I was noticing this happened earlier. It only seemed to happen one time. I hope I'm not having some kind of new mic problem. The whole mic just cuts off and it does that whole da-da-dun, da-da-dun thing, like it's disconnecting. Okay, so where is my music so we can get that going? Is this it here? This looks like it. Yep. Here we go. I'll move this over here next to the stream so it's easier to find. Okay, there we go. Support your channel. Okay, cool. Anyway. Yeah, so we're really late today. I know a lot of people probably aren't going to even be able to join in because I'm missing their time that they usually do, but let's see. We have intact stalactites. That's going to replace that. We have alpine rock chunk in, P, P, and P. So we've got N. And then we've got them in order. There we go. Just line these up, make them nice and, you know, useful. We've got intact stalactite here and here. Let's duplicate that one and replace this one. I should have looked at everywhere that this goes to. Get number variable. I think it's those two. Yeah, this object. There we go. Oh, set number variable object, that's right. It needs this one as well. There we go. Okay. And then we've got the this one here is going to replace this one. And we probably, it occurs to me, should place them all and then go through each one with the scripting. So I'm just going to make sure that this all works though with the first one, because whenever we copied it last time as a prefab, it broke everything. It just stopped functioning properly. So we've got these are the dust clouds, intact stalactite. It's going to that object and that object. Okay, so we need another one of those. Probably don't need so many of them, but I did that to keep the lines from crossing over one another so much. Let's see, here we go. Yeah, that's just occurred to me that we don't need this at all, because we're not doing an audio loop. Okay. We also don't really need this. We can just put it in here. I can just set the duration to 0. I think I did that a lot of time, in a lot of places. Gonna need to duplicate these. Move them up here. Delete. Nope, I duplicated it. I meant to delete it. I don't know where the other one went. Ah, there it is. Delete. That was this one, the hanging large. And then we delete this one. And then we've got them up here as well. Duplicates. See, is this a date between me and you? I guess so. Hello. Yeah, it's the 14th, so I suppose so. I am so tired, but we are doing our best. Let's see. I think I got the audio problem fixed, so the mic shouldn't be cutting in and out all the time. Let's see. Why do I have so many references to these things? Like, there's probably a way cleaner way to do this. Maybe I should have edited them before I start duplicating them. But we're already here. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I try and do a once-over on this code? It's kind of messy, and I feel like there's probably a lot I could do different. Like, for example, I don't need to put this identifier here anymore. I could just delete those and then change them to health, because there's no reason to have that extra node. But there's more than that, and I'm sure like these dust clouds, they don't probably need to be timed this way. I don't even know. Or maybe there's a way to like do them without all this nonsense. What do you think, Clen? This is a mess of a node. Like, for example, do I even need this to happen? Okay, let's see. So basically, as soon as the object is damaged, it spawns these in. And then, where's my weight? There's a weight somewhere. There it is. And then there's one up here. Essentially, if it's a player that damaged it, you forgot a L in one of the health identifiers. Thank you very much. I sure did. I'm sure my friend Heath will be flattered, but that I was thinking of him. But to be honest, it looks pretty clean. Okay, well, that's cool then. If it looks clean, then that's good. I'm spawning in these two dust clouds up here. Oh, I'm printing this number because I wanted to know that it was happening, but I don't actually need to do that anymore. And then, because I was having a bug. And then, if it's a player, it goes this way. If it's not, then it comes up here, it waits 2 seconds and deletes one of the dust clouds, and then waits 2 more seconds and deletes the other one. This is the one where it's falling. This is the one where it's like just hanging there as a puff cloud. And then down here, let's see, if it is a player, then it then checks to see if the damage is more than, you know, if, I mean, I don't even know if I need all this, because apparently the prefab doesn't work to download anyway. I was going to try and release a prefab for it, but this doesn't even work, so I might as well just make it just die to make it cleaner, but whatever. Anyway, whenever it's damaged, basically it's, yeah, it takes damage, it suffers, it's reduced from its health, and then basically it waits 1 second, deletes the main stalactite, and then spawns all these, and then does the same thing, including the, let's see, oh, this is on game start, yeah, this is the game start stuff. Where does it spawn the dust clouds? Oh, right, it does all the way back there, right. Okay, yeah, never mind, I guess this works. It's not too bad. Yeah, okay, we'll just keep it. We'll keep it how it is. And this is the exact amount that need to be moved over. But yeah, okay. Oh. So this is going to move over to here. And then, yeah, it'll be ready to go. Now I need to figure out where all the other ones are. Oh, did I not boot up Master Chief Collection? Let's see. I should have. Oh, I had it ready to boot up and I didn't. What is this? Launch option? This is weird. Different, definitely different than it used to look. I guess Steam had an update? I don't know. But, let's see. Or maybe I should go into the mod tools. The mod tools would, I think they'd show me where all the stalactites are. I might have to, like, actually look for them, though. Like, in the menu, in their little folders, to figure out where they are. Whereas with Master Chief Collection, I just look up at the ceiling, and I can see them. And I can shoot them down and see where they hit the ground. So, yeah, I'll do that. I'll keep it with the Master Chief Collection. Let's see. Multiplayer. Custom multiplayer. Halo 2 Classic. Waterworks. Nope, did I pass it up? Must pass it up. There it is. And start. Okay. You're so close. So close. Slayer. Okay, hopefully the stalactite copying it around, by the way, doesn't cause any problems. There we go. Because I don't want to be eating up my entire, you know, budget. But we'll find out. Okay, this one is right above where these vehicles spawn. This is like the offensive means. Maybe we should get a rocket launcher. It might be easier than the tank, which is what I was going to use. But the rocket launcher might be easier. Let's see. Or the Banshee, but then we can't see where it hits as easily. Okay, here we go. We have the rocket launcher. Let's go watch where this thing hits the ground. I guess the downside is I won't be able to place the tank where it hit. So that was pretty useful before. Oh boy, the rocket launcher made it fly away. Well, it must have been right above here. Jeez. The plasma from the what do you call it? The Wraith doesn't make it explode like that. Whereas the rocket launcher, I think I shot 2 rockets at it, made it was a problem. But basically, it's right outside the front door. It looks like. I guess that's maybe it is a defensive measure. Maybe it's so you can drop it on a warthog that tries to park out here. But okay, let's see. That means we just need to copy this and put it into position. Okay. So we need all of these. It's very difficult to get this thing to duplicate without breaking, and the way to do it was to bring it out of its prefab. Every time I duplicate the prefab, it oh, come on now. Can I go above then? Nope, no physical space. I guess I'll have to go below. Will that work? There's got to be a direction I can duplicate this in, right? There we go. Okay. So, we need this to be... Oh, I didn't duplicate the dust clouds. Whoops. Okay. Maybe I'll just delete them and reselect and get the dust clouds to make sure they're aligned and everything. I mean, I could just throw them in there, but I don't want any shenanigans. So, what is happening? Okay, I selected the right thing. Good. Okay. Duplicate. Okay. Bring these down here. We'll line it up with the ground right outside the door. Hold it steady. It might look a little weird, but I think I'm gonna either have to keep all of the stalactites facing the same direction, or basically, you know, I'm going to have to do a lot of scripting involving that. So, I don't know what you guys think. Rotating them requires me to change the script on how far that moves. So I could do it, but I don't know. Oh boy. My hole is wrong. Clearly, because there's nothing to latch this onto. Unless, I mean, I'm over at blue base. Let's go see if red base has the same exact stalactite location, because there are a lot of differences between red and blue base in this map. and I wouldn't be surprised if something like that was the case. But at the same time, it probably isn't, and I probably need to now apparently adjust the hole in my ceiling. Again, just to make sure that these stalactites can hang in the right place. Let's see. It's the big hole. Not hitting high enough? Yeah, it must not be hitting high enough. There it goes. Yep, same place. Right here. So yeah, it's right outside the front door. If I can't place that where that is, then it's not the right spot. So let's see where this is going to be located. Okay, right outside the front door, right around there. See, I was able to place the tank and then also fit between the tank and the door, so really it's right around here. And then I will have to raise it up and see where that's located. Maybe it's fine. It's getting close to fine. Let's see. Oh no, not quite. Okay, I don't really have to like change anything. I can just add some rock right there for the you know, for a nice version of this. Let's see. Let's get this rock. Oh, I'm still. There we go. Is that right? That is not the one I wanted. Nope. There we go. That's the one I want. Well, I thought it was. That's not the right one either. Trying to get that one that we placed yesterday. Oh well, I'll just go to those. Let's see, these are the round ones as well, so that's all we need. Trying to get one of those curved one. What? That object doesn't have physics? Doesn't matter. Why would it matter? I guess there was a physics object that was in the way, specifically. Like a stalactite. Oh, they're getting in my way now. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. I feel like I have the worst sleep schedule. Or among the worst. I need to get that sorted. Okay, so I need it to be above here. Let's see. That's something I've been trying to sort out for my entire life, though. I doubt it's going to happen today. Let's see. Let's see, here we go. I think I might need to adjust its rotation to be a different setup because I need it to sort of protrude right there, but I also want it to sort of blend into the wall. So I'm trying, right now I was doing the curve with the wall, but I think I need to curve against the wall to sort of make it protrude. How does that affect my shadow? Anything? Nothing. What is going on with my shadow actually? What is this gigantic dark spot in the middle? Oh, it's this thing? This looks strange. What is this? What is this and why does it need to be there? Did I put that there yesterday? Or did I just accidentally create this whenever I was duplicating stuff? Because I don't think it's supposed to be there. I think that was an accident. Yeah, looks like it. Do 2H of workout per day and you sleep like a baby. Okay, 2 hours, okay. Maybe that'll work. I don't know. Okay, let's see. This is too much. That might work. I've been doing yard work for like 2 hours from some days, and it's sort of, you know, a workout. But I haven't been doing a lot of I haven't been going out of my way to do intentional workout with like my weights. I did get weights at the beginning of COVID, but Just haven't been using them. I feel like this works pretty well and actually hides some of those annoying straight edges there that those rocks kind of get sometimes whenever they're a little wonky. I don't understand why this is hitting, why these are getting in the way. I mean, because they're on static. What is happening with these? What happened to my objects? Oh, they got moved in a weird spot? Oh, okay. I'm just going to delete them and duplicate this one and use it. Going to go ahead and put it here. This one can get placed inside of... Oh, I see. No, I just can't hit those objects. Okay, never mind. Yeah, okay. So now that that's out the way, I should be able to move this into position, and then I can find out where I'm going to make those vines be positioned at. Let's see. I need to figure out where to position those vines. Oh, nope. Apparently I missed a piece. And I can rotate the top a bit. I'm thinking about rotating the entire thing 180 and then switching the code up so that it... Oh, nope. No, I'm not, apparently. I'm thinking about moving it really far down, rotating it 180, and then... that's going to change where I'm hitting the ground. Going to have to reposition it in that case. But I did want to see if I can make these stalactites look a little bit different. So rotating it 180 degrees will change up the angle you're seeing them from, so that should help. Okay, right outside the door, and then straight up. Let's see. Okay. Now this one can rotate, let's see, that far, and then it gets like this nice, not quite far enough. Gets almost an effect like it's supposed to be there, but we're gonna make it taller, so it kind of comes up into the ceiling a little bit more, and move it over so it doesn't quite run into it the same way. That way it kind of looks like it's clinging to the ceiling in a strange way. There we go. Man, if we do go with the name hydrostatic, right? Then that would definitely fit like all the nature effects in this map too, because like the hydrostatic effect is what makes the water, the mud like cling to this and drip down and then create stalactites in the first place. So it'd fit pretty darn well. You know what I mean? To have that one. I am so tired today. Sorry if I sound weird. When I first saw you making this map, I thought it would be that... I thought it wouldn't be that nice, but now it looks beautiful and I can't wait to play it with some serious big teams. Yeah, I'm excited too. Yeah, whenever I first started, you know, I was like, yeah, I did some forging in Reach. I could probably do some forging in this, and then I think my skills have come a long way. So, I'm hoping it's going to come out really good. Okay, so now we've got ourselves some, you know, dripping vines. We're going to have to copy that brain. We're going to have to change the script again to fit these. We're also going to have to change the way it moves over like that. But before I do that, I think I'm going to copy them all out, position them all over the map, and then go and, you know, I'm going to copy this one though, and then go into the code to change them. That way I can go to each one individually, especially since the switching up the code might be the most boring part of this. So I'm going to be trying to do that off stream, just to watch. I mean, it's very rewarding to figure out code. I will say. Okay, we're gonna get back in this in this wraith and move on to the next one. The next one is there. I think it's right outside that little doorway. I guess the stalactites are all defensive in the original. I thought there were some offensive ones to use while attacking the base. I feel like there should be, because the problem is that people are hanging out in their bases for too long. Let's see, that's not high enough. Let's see if that'll give me the right angle. There we go. See where it hits. Right there. So basically this is for incoming vehicles like tanks trying to attack the base, I guess. But it's right here, just outside this, let's see. Duplicate. Budget limit exceeded. Oh, that's a camera. I was like, what is this object sitting here? Okay, here we go. Let's see what we got. Okay, so it needs to be far enough away to be able to hit like an incoming tank, which is right around here. I think my stalactites are thinner than theirs. They have some really chunky ones. But that's because I'm limited on the size for dynamic objects. But I think it'll still destroy them though. Destroy tanks. Because I know that whenever I go to place these, I'm like, it doesn't quite look like it's big enough. Let's see. It's more like right in front of this thing. So right around here, probably. Okay, so where does this put us? I might need to shift it over a little bit. This puts us right here. I think I do need to, here, let me switch back to this for a second to see. Yeah, oh, it is right next to the opening. Look at that. Okay, so I've got it like in the opening practically, but I think I just need to shift it a little bit over like that because I had brought it out a little too much. And then that way all I need to do is adjust these rocks up here and it'll actually be fine. So that'll be good. We're gonna go ahead and... But yeah, I legit, my goal is legitimately to make it good enough for matchmaking, so I really am trying my hardest to get this thing into matchmaking. I just hope that they actually, you know, do it. Maybe not this version, like I said, but the maybe the glow up version. Okay, it would be hilarious if I left this here and let you fly up here in a Banshee and then just get here and snipe people and made this side of the map way overpowered compared to the other one. Right? Wouldn't that be hilarious? No, it wouldn't be. That'd be terrible. Like right there. I think that's still just a tiny little lip. Let me see if I can position myself there. And then hop out of... Nope, I was inside the rock. Let's see. Ah! Ah! I'm flying everywhere. Losing control. There we go. Yeah, you can stand on this. Can't leave this here. I thought so. Maybe more like... What just blew up? Was that my... New audio issue, Aaron, apparently, if you're here or end up watching this. Wait, what do you mean about different versions? Oh, I'm making this version, and then I'm going to make a glow-up version, a modern version, where I got to talk to Max Hoberman about it, about this map, and the shortcomings it had from the original. And the main shortcoming he had, and I agree, was that the bases didn't have enough forward momentum. Meaning they didn't encourage you to leave the base and go out and end up getting like halfway to the enemy base, you know, while fighting somebody or going to get a weapon or doing whatever. And then so you just go, well, I'll just keep going. I'll just keep going all the way to the enemy base and take, you know, and get their flag or keep fighting people. So instead, people would go out and grab the rocket launcher and come right back to their home base And they would just, you know, because it was just too easy to sort of like bunker down in here, you know, and just be like, yep, I'll wait for them to come to me. Oh, they came in the door, blow them up with my rocket launcher, stay here for a long time. Basically, these bunkers are too good. Effectively, what am I... Oh, I'm running into a spawn point. Yeah, they're basically... Because the bases are so good and so effective, that you could just bunker down here and then be like, okay, I'm wait till the Wraith respawns or the Banshees or whatever, and just never move. And then maybe you'll get in a vehicle and go fly off. Thanks, nice audio, thanks. Let's see, my audio messed up hard. Oh yeah. Basically, the microphone cut out because for some reason it's been just dropping. It's ever since I updated the what do you think? It actually crashes Explorer. Crashes Explorer and reopens it. I know because you might have seen it over here. It opened this folder up, or one of them, like this, and put it on the screen down there. That was because Explorer had crashed and it rebooted Explorer, and with it came the audio from my microphone. So the driver crashed with it. So I don't know what's happening yet. I'm gonna have to solve that. I might need to move it to a different USB or something. I'm not sure. But for now, I'm just gonna keep going and fix it whenever it drops. Anyway, so the idea is to build a version of this map that has more forward momentum. And that's going to be pretty cool. I talked to him about some ideas for changes, Max Hoberman, and he said that I could... He thought they were pretty cool. One of them is that this... I'm basically moving this over here and making like a bridge connection between the two. I'm gonna figure that out. We're gonna figure that out later. I'm gonna put a giant pit over here instead of just here because no one ever uses this area except for to respawn in, and then to run up that ramp. It's gonna be a giant pit like the water, which is gonna give you more excuses to use the repulsor to knock people into the pit. Moving the teleporter over to here with a little platform, a little forerunner platform at the height of the bridge, and you're gonna be able to walk across, and that's gonna create some forward momentum because you're gonna come here and you're gonna decide left or right. And that's going to also give you the chance to get here before the snipers in the middle of the base can kill you. You're going to have this ability to just go, okay, now I need to know where I'm going to go, and you can very quickly sprint your way across here and get through there. So you actually could like feasibly get past the snipers in the middle of the map, unlike the original Waterworks, which had a lot of trouble with that, where basically the only way to stop this guy was to, you know, counter snipe him. I'm also, of course, going to be changing up weapons, so that may not even be as much of a problem as it used to be anyway. And finally, there's going to be a tunnel coming off of this angle, you know, slice here. You know, inside this hallway, turns left, and right here, I'm going to make a tunnel that comes out, goes this way, and then comes back in right around here. No, too far. Right around here. You're going to come out, you're going to be able to wrap around and come out behind the enemy base as a longer route, but it's also a stealth, like backdoor sneaky route. So because of that, the people in the base are going to have, okay, well, I could just continue to bunker down, but I could actually get some forward momentum over there, or I could cut people off in there that are trying to head that way, you know, to cut us off from behind and get them by surprise. Maybe they'll even be in that tunnel and I'll attack them from behind, or I have to come back here and guard this doorway and go through myself. Because I know that I watched somebody go that way or something to that effect. Maybe you threw the what do you call it, the threat sensor inside that hallway, and it picked someone up that went that direction. So now you know that you gotta head that way and clear them out. But then also, if you try to hunker down on the base, you can't just come up here with a sniper rifle and go, I keep on hitting these spawn points, and then decide I'm going to snipe people from up here, and then and then go down there and, you know, and snipe people from down here and alternate back and forth, because this area up here won't be here. It will be a little bit farther away. It'll be all the way over here. So you'll have to move a lot farther to use that next sniper position. And and that should hopefully spread it out, make you have all these different areas that you have to move to, and that might encourage you to keep going toward the enemy base a little bit more. But yeah, Bungie and whoever designed this map back in the day should watch these vlogs of yours. Your ideas on what do you want to change and why are genius. Thank you. Max Hoberman is somebody from back in the day, so that's why I talked to him in the first place. And whenever he said that he liked my ideas, I was like, okay, yes, good. He's not just someone from Bungie back in the day. He's one of the big guys. So I was pretty excited whenever he sort of approved, I guess, my changes that I wanted to make. But yeah. So I'm really excited about where this is going to go. I'm still only at 95%, so that's really good, because I was worried that as soon as I place these stalactites on this base, let's go over here, it was going to immediately be like, oh no, I've got all of them on one side, and now my percentage has gone up by like 4%, and I don't have enough room to make all those changes I was just talking about later. But yeah. See, I had a few ideas on how to change this map as well while making my version. I was going to put man cannons on the middle structure across from each cliff that comes off the middle structure. Well, that's awesome to hear that. Yeah, it is. Let's see. The structure in the middle. Yeah, I see what you mean. You mean these parts. You want to go like man cannon into the base from there. That's not a bad idea. I was actually going to do the opposite and put a man cannon here that launches you. I didn't mention it just now, but I was thinking about putting a man cannon that launches you to here, because these are mainly offensive to them. But if you could get here, then you have to get into the structure before you have the proper, cover. So it's not a bad spot to be able to move on to, where enemies can still attack you pretty easily, but also be pretty solid. And what I was thinking about doing was that's actually one of the things that Max Hoberman had said. I like all these. He liked all the ideas. He said, I like all these ideas. Not too sure about the man cannon though, and that was his response to seeing my man cannon here launching you over there. And that's one of the reasons I was going to put it, but then play test it and see if it's worth it and delete it later if it's not good. Because I was like, okay, if he doesn't think it's that might be any good, I'm gonna give that a shot, but I'm not gonna dedicate myself to it. So the point is, though, that the man cannon here would allow you to assault. You could get a close range weapon and then assault a sniper. Of course, you'll be screwed if you go. That was weird. Anyway, if you try to assault that weapon, you're going to be pretty hosed. Let's see if that will reappear, that weapon. Let's see. Weird. The weapon was there, and then it vanished. Oh wait, it's on the side. That's what. Yeah, okay, cool. It did reappear. I was just looking at the wrong side. Okay, so basically, yeah, if you come across here and you're fighting off somebody, basically if you take a close range weapon, jump to here, come to the base, then you're now halfway to the enemy base, and it's like, okay, well, in that case, I might as well just keep going. I might jump down here or come over here and go down there, or maybe even use their man cannon, receiver, and go down this way. And then on the blank areas across from the cliffs on the middle structure, where the railing that keeps you up there ends. Okay, yeah, so like opposite, like here, and launch it all the way to the base that way. That makes sense. I know what you're talking about. But also some other people say, well, what's up, dude? Do you need thumbnail designer? I'm charging $10 per thumbnail. I will eventually. I don't really make any money yet, but as soon as I make money, I'll definitely do that. It would launch you to the Wraith. Gotcha. That makes sense. Like all the way to here, and then that's a quick way to grab the Wraith and steal it, or land right before the enemies jump into the Wraith and kill you. Yeah, no, I saw your thing, and I replied to it by now, but probably the delay has made it to where you're only just seeing it, Vito. But yeah, yeah. So the point is, but I definitely will once I have, once I'm monetized or something, or closer to it. But yeah. So anyway, the man cannon to the middle would make you halfway there. You might want to keep going to the enemy base, but the other benefit, there's one other thing I was going to say. Oh yeah, if you the main reason you might want to do it is to bring the sniper rifle here to bear it against the enemy there, or to bring a close range combat and take out a sniper that's up here. But then of course you're going to be fighting against someone who has an energy sword. If you do that, why did that one disappear? Oh, it's giving it to me. I'm picking it up. Did you see that? The aimer turned into an energy sword. Aimer. That was weird. Is that a bug? I'll make you a thumbnail for free, Will. That would be cool. But I've been throwing together these crappy thumbnails every time, and just doing my best. So yeah, like I'm pretty skilled with GIMP, which is the funniest name for a graphical imaging and manipulation program. But yeah, I'm pretty good at it. But I don't use that skill because if I waste all that time making a good thumbnail, I realize that thumbnail gets attention, and that's important. But also, I won't end up streaming as quickly as I should, and I'll just sit there like taking like 30 minutes just to make a good thumbnail. Yes, you can pick up weapons as monitor. I think it's a bug. I've had that happen to me. Yeah, I was thinking it was a bug too. I really suspect it is. I know you're saying that because I said it, so and that you also think it, but so I know I don't need to say I think it too, but you know what I mean. Let's see, I'm just going to place that here, and then I'm going to go break it in Master Chief Collection and see where it falls. Where's my tank that blew up? Yep, it's gone. Okay, it's thoroughly respawned though. It's over here. We'll just go grab a new one, and that will be perfect. Or I can use my rocket launcher and potentially blow the whole thing up again like it last time. But I do like being able to place the tank where it was, so I can observe. I can like walk around it and see how far away it is from everything. Let's see. That should be good. Nope, didn't hit that wall. That ceiling. Too high again. There we go. Whoa. That one broke weird. I keep being reminded of the line from The Departed. She fell funny. Which was apparently improv by, what's his name? Gosh, I can't remember that actor's name. He's a huge actor. Okay, so right outside the door, as expected. Again, kill the warthog before they make off with your flag. That, once again, is probably another reason why people just... Whoops. I just deselected. Why people just completely... I think if I had undone, it would have just reselected, but yeah. Why people would just like stay around in the base, because it doesn't matter, they can just drop stalactites on the warthogs, and it won't matter if they... Oh, we're way off. It won't matter if we, you know, if they try and make off with the flag, because I can just stay in the base and then drop stalactites on their head with a rocket launcher and blow up their warthog. Let's see, dang, now that I know you want to redesign some things on this map, I would love to explain some of the ideas I have for the bases. I think you would like them. It's just hard to explain on here. Yeah, definitely. You know what we could do? I think, were you the one that I talked with a long time ago? Where we were in chat. I think it was in text. I don't think it was on stream. I think maybe it was you. Maybe it was one of the other people who was making Waterworks. I can't remember. I was talking about making, like both of us finishing our maps, then doing our redesigns we want to do on our own maps, then discussing it, and then making an ultimate Waterworks later on where we sort of, after play testing them, find out what's good about these different ideas and incorporating them into one map in the future, where both of us were basically on credits for that one, because of the change design, design change for it. And I can't remember if that was you or someone else, and if it wasn't you, then I can just offer it to you now, I guess. I was just thinking, because like changes you have in mind might be, really cool to have as well, and I think that we just would want to discuss like their propose like the problems they're fixing, as well as like how cool they'd be, because coolness is also a thing, very important, and so they don't need to always be solving a problem, but yeah. So the point is that I feel like this is. I think that maybe my thing doesn't go out wide enough, because I feel like this should be behind this a little bit more, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just being biased from my memory. I mean, I was just looking at it, but my memory still could be affecting it. But yeah, that was me, and you never finished telling me what Max Hoberman said. Oh, dang. Okay, I forgot to go and get, you know what it was? I went to Twitter, because I thought I had bookmarked the chat with him, and I haven't, and it is, like, buried and I need to go back and find a link to it on, I think I posted a link to it maybe on Reddit or something, or maybe I posted a link to it somewhere else. I don't remember, but I gotta go find it. It got buried in my my post history. Apparently this is a good spot. That is actually accurate for where it is. I thought that it would be more back behind there, but I was wrong. It's good to be, you know, whenever that happens. Whenever you're like, no, I think this is wrong, and then you go and look at it, and it's like, no, okay, the map is right. I made the map right, and it's right. It's clearly right. That's good. That's affirmation, you know? But yeah, the... So I definitely think that... so basically what he said was, yeah, forward momentum. Was that the bases need more forward momentum, and then I forget what, and the main thing, the rest of what he said was basically what he liked about my changes, and they would still be able to inform your own, even if you don't do the same changes as me, because you can look at what he said and be like, okay, well, okay, so he liked this because of this. What if I do this to get the same effect? You know, this other thing to do the same effect. So, but yeah, it was kind of a short conversation, just to be honest. It was a Twitter conversation, so it's going to be short. But you know, it was mostly me proposing ideas. What is happening here? All right, we're going to delete that and redo that. But yeah, I am going to show you a screenshot, at least, as well. Forge plans. That's not it. Okay, I've got a Waterworks folder somewhere. Waterworks. Do I have the image in here? I actually can show you guys what my plans are on images. Let's see. This one for sure. Oh, those are them right here. Okay, here we go. This is a really old image. Really old. Like Halo 2 days old. And then this one is a new image that I created. And we are going to switch views to... Where is it? Nope, that's Halo Infinite Audio. Oh, I'm not even capturing Halo Infinite. I thought I was. I was capturing the display over there. Here we go. Okay. Alright. So here's my mock-up redesign of what the bases would look like. I don't know if you can see this very well. But, I basically just did Photoshop. I grabbed this and I moved it over here. Well, actually, I took screenshots from different angles so I could basically redesign it. I grabbed this and moved it over here. That's where the base is going to be. There's going to be like a doorway going out onto that stone. It's going to be kind of protruding out at an angle here, so that the cave kind of either like kind of wraps around behind it and then has that doorway that's on the back side of it. It's going to be attached to that sort of walkway. And then I'm going to have a bridge across from the actual base. This room is still going to be there, but it's going to be entirely internal. And all these different rooms are going to be important for Halo Infinite's, like, capture the flag, for example, because the flag moves in Halo Infinite. And, but in, and you can do that by doing spawn order, I believe. But in, you know, the original, in the 1-to-1 version, I'm just going to leave the flag in the exact same place for all three, but in the glow up version I'm going to make it move like it does on the official maps. I'm also moving the turret up into that room so that room has like a main key feature that's actually kind of important. And I don't know though if I'm going to, I think I'm going to get rid of this one entirely, but this might actually just be where the where the teleporter is, because I feel like having the teleporter over here teleport you over there doesn't really make sense anymore. Or it might be inside that room. I haven't quite decided on that yet. I'm gonna see how the spaces are shaped once I build them, and their locations, their sort of distances from one another, and decide what's best for that, because the teleporter is in this room normally, and so it's a pretty good distance already. It's, you know, obviously right there. And in fact, I might grab that window and put it right there and just make a little window with the teleporter so you can see out through there. But yeah, but I'm not entirely certain about that yet. And then this one is the really old picture that we're going to have to zoom in really far onto, because look how pixelated that is. Beautiful. This one is literally a screenshot showing off Waterworks before Halo 2 came out, I believe, or maybe after, because I don't know what this watermark and whatever this stuff is. But anyway, I threw on these little blue lines. That's the expansion of the base, the bridge, the building, roughly around there. this isn't actually perfectly drawn, but moving the turret to there, the tunnel going around, and the man cannon. And I hadn't created the idea for the drop and the teleporter yet whenever I made this originally and showed it to him. And then after that, I messaged him and I described maybe adding some water, a pit here, because people don't use this area. It's a pretty dead area for now, usually, but it can be a death zone, an actual death area once off of this bridge because of the repulsor, and I thought that'd be really cool. So yeah, basically that's the idea for now, and that's the man cannon right there, just to show you. I did say all the way to the central base, but I actually like the idea of it landing on the cliff a little more. Originally I was saying all the way to the base. But yeah, so you can see that I wasn't just lying to you and stealing your idea. I did actually have proof. I put that man cannon there back in the day, back whenever I talked to him originally, which was like right before Infinite came out. Now I can't see I can see chat, but I can't see number of concurrent viewers. I don't know if you guys are even... Oh, gotta get back to Infinite. Gotta reactivate that. Put Master Chief Collection down there. Infinite display is not working, so I'm just gonna go to the display capture. And that should work. But yeah, there you go. Proof. Yeah, lol, exactly. Proof. I wanted to make sure that you knew. I was not lying. I did not steal your idea. It was a great minds think alike situation. We just had it in opposite directions is all. Yeah, so that was, in my opinion, a great idea. We'll see how, like I said, Max Hoberman didn't think it was especially a great idea the way I had it. But, it's possible, though, that your idea he would like more, and let me explain. Is that, and let me tell you why. Is because the forward momentum idea, I had the man cannon to launch you out of the base, which would make some people might land here, do their thing, and then go right back to the base. So it may not actually create as much forward momentum as we'd like. It would just empty the base of one player for a minute while they're dealing with stuff over here. And then, but the problem is that once they're over here, the real problem is that it's like people in the central structure don't have a means of attacking the enemy base as easily. So a man cannon or something to that effect that gets closer to the enemy base might be a good idea from the central structure, like you were proposing, and so that might actually be a really solid move that he might actually like there. How did I get rid of my... Oh, right, I had realized that my... Yeah, there we go. That'll fix it. You can't see what I was just doing, but yeah. Yeah, okay, so now I need to position all of the stalactites on this side. Now the question is, should I mirror them by turning them around, or just leave them facing the same angle so that they look a little bit different from all the bases and stuff? Honestly, I think the latter. Oh, right. All of this work, and I just realized I never tested a thing I tried to test. That was the whole reason I did that first one with the script and everything, was that I need to test to see how it breaks and see if it's going to break the same way copying the other one did. I doubt it will, because I doubt it'll have a problem because it was done differently. Okay, that's weird. I don't like that at all. It didn't even move. There it goes. Well, they all fell at one time, so that's working. But for some reason, is it because it's colliding with these plants? And it's a dynamic object, so it's just like hitting them and being upset? That's probably what it is. If I move them out the way. Audio just cut out again. I'm trying to get back to the correct microphone. Get off that microphone and then switch back. So now we're back to the good microphone. But yeah, let's see. Go back to here. Here we go. Okay, and you saw that pop-up come up again with that little window pop up with the audio. You can see what I'm talking about now, because I pointed out before it happened this time. Make side base, like on the bridges, something for players to explore and weapons to get loot. Something similar to the way the guy who did this Standoff remake, he added side bases. Oh, that was another thing. I was actually I've talked about this on stream before, but I didn't have it in my notes. This wall right here, I think I agree with you, because I had this wall right here. I was thinking about deleting that panel and or raising it up and putting a door at the bottom. And actually it has this nice frame as if it would be a door. And if nothing else, making it aesthetic and cool looking. But I was thinking that if there's a door here, I could put like a what do you call it, like a loot cave. Or what I was also thinking was a man cannon or a grav lift that lifts you up and brings you above this building. And then you come through this building and can go through the pipe, like up through the pipe, through there, and drop into the central base that way. I don't know if I want to do that though, because now that I've built all this stuff out with all these rocks here, it'd be hell on earth trying to build all this stuff. So instead of doing that pipe idea, just changing this here with these rocks, I could easily make... Why is that one unlocked, but this one isn't? This one's locked and that one's unlocked. That's kind of weird. It must be part of... Oh, never mind. The whole roof must be unlocked right now. Putting a loot cave back here is something else entirely. It's much simpler. And actually, if I made the loot cave come out and then also come this way and like emerge in this other tunnel that I was going to do, it like sort of has a vantage point over that tunnel, then you could like... Someone who could come out here to defend from that direction and hide in the loot cave or up on top of the cliff, like in, what is it, Fractures? Is that the map? The one with the loot caves from launch, that had them off on the sides of the map. How they come out and there's like there's a ramp that goes up and then a platform up top, and you can sort of just stay up there after you go outside the door and like use it as a sniper perch, and stuff like that. I could theoretically put like a perch up here that sort of drops down into the room that wraps around, the hallway that wraps around, and that upper area could theoretically be very useful to defend. Like if I line it up with this doorway to where you could actually see down into it, then defenders might want to come up here and do that, or attackers might want to be like, oh wait, I see someone on the motion tracker, you know, they're on their way, I'm going to wait here, alright, kill them, cool, now it's clear for me to get moving and get into that base. So either way, for either attack or defense, it'd be a pretty useful little spot. And it's a dope idea. I put a door there on mine, but it's a fake door. I think I actually saw your door on there. Yeah, I think I did. Once again, though, if you look back on my streams, I didn't steal that idea. I did talk about that before I saw your map. I did finally, like, it took me a long time to actually go into your map, because and anyone else's, because I was so, like, every time I booted up the game, I was going straight into Forge. So it took me way longer than it should have to actually just look at what you'd done. And then whenever I did, I was like, oh man, it's like, it's also affirming, you know, because a lot of my ideas were also, you were having the exact same ideas at the same time and being like, this would be cool, and it was like, okay, so these are the cool, I guess, you know, sort of natural, almost obvious but natural additions to this map, and that makes me feel good about my thoughts. But yeah, oh right, we need to go all the way down to the ground to position this. I remember where this one was, because we already did this. And then I had to delete it because I had made the script brain all wrong. And for some reason, I decided to delete the objects as well, even though it was probably just the script brain that was broken. But it was like right almost on this hill zone, which is actually pretty interesting because you can drop it on this hill. And I thought that was pretty cool whenever I realized that was the case. That a hill spawns here, and I never knew that, even back in Halo 2. Because we pretty much never played King of the Hill. Oh, right. It, like, lined up with this mud spot. I thought that was really cool. Okay. Now we just go up without moving left or right. And then we have this nice little spot here. Maybe we'll go a little to the right so I can go up high enough that that rock doesn't quite hit. Okay. Yeah, that looks right. Okay, cool. You should wrap a hallway out. Let's see. Make sure. Make a side base like on the bridges, something for players to explore and weapons to get. Yeah, it's to leave the base. I put a door there on mine too. That's a dope idea. You could wrap a hallway out to the catwalk right outside of it, so it wouldn't take much. And if you make a pit, it would separate the catwalk and the loot cave. That's true. That is true. That way the catwalk, like something that would come out this way and have like a almost like a sniper perch, but like something you could hop off onto the little like teleporter bridge, or even something you could hop off onto this bridge, and I could theoretically put the grapple shot in there, and that way it would be like, oh, now that I'm decked out, I'm going to go assault the base, which will be expanded over to there by then. And I'm going to do it from here. I'm going to grapple shot there, launch myself this way, slide over here, grapple shot that thing, launch myself up into the base or something like that. And in like just 2 shots, you could get yourself straight into that base. That is a fantastic idea. And you know what I actually like? As soon as you said that, aesthetically, it immediately reminded me of Doom and Doom 2 back in the day, like the original Doom and Doom 2, because there's always those areas you come into a room, there's a little window with an imp up there that's throwing fireballs at you, you know what I mean? And that just feels like, oh, there's a pit, a death pit, and above that there's a window, and there's an imp, and it's throwing fireballs at you, and that's just a very Doom aesthetic, and I like that a lot. Well, I was talking about the bridge area for that loot cave, or a raised up sniper tower. Okay, so like, you mean like off of this have a loot cave. By the way, I was thinking about having a cave here that would wrap down and around and be the ramp to replace this ramp. A lot of this stuff is going to require me to possibly redesign other stuff to get some of my budget back, because I'm close enough that we're describing a lot of objects at this point, and probably more than 5%, and I'm at 95, so, and I'm probably going to be at 94. Or 90, what do you call it, 96. I'm going to have like 4% left probably by the time I'm done with these stalactites today. I almost guarantee you that they're going to hit they're going to get me through that number real quick. So I have a couple of ideas on how to do that already, that basically is going to modernize the Forerunner aesthetic a little bit, like these struts. Let me just show you. This strut right here looks big and blocky and looks great in this 1-to-1 version as a 1-to-1 version. However, this thing looks fantastic, and I'm going to put it there, and that's going to be a 1 block for 1 block, so it's not that great. But what is kind of cool is stuff like this. Like this roof has these sort of angles on it, which I like a lot. And I'm going to replace, how many objects is that before I go down? This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About 6 objects with this 1 object. Because this thing is already the right shape. It has all the same angles and everything like that it needs to, and it will look really cool there. It'll like blend in very nicely with everything else. Unfortunately, all of these objects, a lot of them are broken so far. Their grime layers don't appear, and their scratch layers don't appear. So either I change the aesthetic to be all nice and shiny and dark gray, like Halo Infinite is, typically, or I get by getting rid of the rust entirely on everything. Or I just put it in there, put grime layer, let it look weird until they do an update and fix the bugs. In which case, the grime layer might finally start spawning in, and it's finally appearing on all of these objects, and that will be cool. But it'll take some time to wait. There might also be some other angled like cover pieces that I can do things to replace things like this with. This is also like 1, 2, 3. Like, there's several pieces in these railings, and I know they have railings, but I don't know if they're worth putting in here. They may not be quite the look I'm going for that, so I don't know if I'll put those in there. But I also have the same kind of roof thing over here, so that's 6 more pieces. So I've got a couple of areas where I can like cut like 6 pieces for 1 piece kind of thing, and that will be really useful whenever I get them. But I'm not going to do like everything. I'm going to be very choosy. My daughter just woke up just came in here. I'm sure she's been awake a while, but she wants her full breakfast, so I might be having to go off the stream and finish with the stalactites and the coding and everything like that off stream. But yeah, so anyway, there's a lot of stuff like that I've got to fix. There's a lot of objects, for example, in these little tower things, and I might replace them with something more like this, where it's 1 object and it ends up looking really good. But I don't know. I'm probably not going to change that. Those are pretty good, but we'll see. The point is that there's a lot around the entire map that I could get rid of, like tone down and alter. For example, I built this because I wanted to look like the original, but I was originally thinking about maybe using that ceiling round one that's like a single piece there, and maybe that'll make the map look a little more generic because it's an object that like everybody has, and maybe keeping it as the one I built will look cooler. because it'll look more unique among all of the maps on the game. But I don't know if we're hunting for budget to make the map better, then I think I might be worrying about that. Oh, another thing, I never actually reduced the number of blocks that are in the wall. I could definitely do that. Like, there's a ton of stone, like, just rectangles here that I built out the wall with, but I could easily grab those curved pieces. I did it over here. This is one piece. It used to be 4. And it was whenever I was, like, thinking that I hit the object budget limit, like the 7,000. And so I had 4 pieces here, all angled correctly to basically have this exact same shape. The only thing they didn't have was that bulge, and that bulge actually looked kind of cool, so I like it. But it had this bulge and the correct angles and stuff like that. I found one piece that fit there perfectly, and I was like, why didn't I just do this the first time? So there's a lot of stuff like that where, like, earlier on, whenever I was learning Forge, still, it was kind of like, it was I had to build it out with lots of pieces, and it looks good because of, the end result, but it still, ate up a ton of my budget. So I might be able to, I'm fairly certain I'm going to be able to go back over stuff and find ways. Why is this thing bigger than that? What the heck? I think I actually had pointed that out on stream like 2 weeks ago almost, and fixed some of the other stuff. Like, this thing was messed up too. Fixed some of the other stuff, but then this one I must have forgotten to fix. It looks like the scale is wrong. I just copy this one and bring it over and snap into position. But anyway, I'd have to unlock the thing. And also, my kids are hungry, and it's time probably to end the stream. But before I do, I was just gonna see if there was anything else I wanted to say about that. But yeah, basically, like, stuff like this. I started building this out, and it's a combination of how I've been doing the map with these. These are just blocks, and they're exactly how I was designing the rest of the map, But then I did put a handful of, like, key, Forerunner blocks that look really interesting because they add to the aesthetic of that solid, angular, classic Forerunner look. And I think it's a good change, to be honest. I even put these little things in here, even though they're not really necessary. They just sort of make an aesthetic for you to look up at whenever you're down here. If you're looking at the thing going up and down, I didn't want it to look like just a giant flat panel. So I added these. This is the same kind of column I was pointing out outside the map, but I just sort of clipped it into the wall, so it just adds this sort of aesthetic there and aesthetic over here. Anyway, the point is that this pseudo-original, like, style, pseudo, like, new, this, like, 50-50 split, old and new style up here, which was technically all new design, but I did the same kind of angles like they used to, because it's practically a mirror of this area. I think it looks really good, and I think that if I make the entire map look like that, then I could potentially reduce the number of objects in the map by, like I was saying, combining things that could be combined into one piece. But I have to look around and find them. But yeah. Anyway, I love that idea, though. I think I'm going to use that. That was a great idea. What is going on here? What the heck? I must have fiddled with this at some point. Created a mess up spot. Whoops. I'll fix that later. I didn't select a folder this morning. Oh, jeez. Well, let's save it first. Let's see the damage. It's going to be all in layout, isn't it? Here, I'll just minimize that. Yeah, okay, cool. It's all just sitting in layout. Defaulted back to layout. And I can just move those into the correct folder later. I thought I was done with moving things because I had gone through so much trouble before. But yeah, I shouldn't close these. That's going to bug out the game later. Whenever I'm off stream, end up messing myself up. Okay, so yeah, that's it. That's what I want to talk about. And the idea, I love that idea of the little sniper perch here. I love the idea of also linking it back around here to this path. So kind of a link into both directions. I love the idea of people coming out here and then hunkering down to, like, try and defend against 3 different routes where they've got to protect themselves from with nothing but a pistol. And the rocket launcher incoming that direction, who knows, the energy sword incoming from that direction, and this is the only direction their allies can come from, so they're like, oh shoot, or the other way around. But basically, yeah, this would be a great place to have to hide and get behind this corner while the thing hacks the doorway and opens up. And then yeah, and then of course they have to then go through. I'm stepping on spawn points in case y'all are wondering why it's all bumpy over here. And that'll give them the opportunity to do a bunch of stuff from both sides. I think that'd be really cool. And also, getting the grapple shot up here is a great way to confront the tank, because if you have the grapple shot up here, you can get down. You can grapple shot yourself down here to get away from it throwing, plasma at you, and then try and jump off the bridge and then go after it, or jump off the bridge and go this way, and you have cover, kind of trying to engage that tank before it kills you. And yeah, I think this is going to be. I think that's a great idea. And the man cannons in the middle. I will want to consider that. I was thinking. So what if the man cannons, right? This is a weird idea. Tell me if this is too weird. Okay. What if there's a switch next to the man cannon here, and a switch next to it up here, right? And you have to activate it. And whenever you activate it, it activates both. Or maybe there's one in the middle. And whenever you activate it, it activates a two-way man cannon. One from up there going up here. Maybe one from over here. Or they switch. You press a switch and it toggles to your man cannon from back here. And so, you could theoretically be up here and sort of lock down the man cannon. Nah, I don't know. This sounds kind of dumb. As I say it, it sounds dumb. It was just an instant idea, because that would just be a tug of war between two people with switches, and that'd be hilarious but terrible. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, anyway, the point is I gotta go feed my children, and then I will do some more of this stalactites off stream, because I won't have to be fixing audio issues. Well, I do have to fix an audio issue, but I'm gonna leave this other audio issue and just keep fixing it on stream because at first I want to change which USB port it's in and see if that solves it forever. And then I want to see if there's a firmware update for the actual microphone itself, because I saw on the website that they have those, but I have to transfer them into an SD card and then put the SD card into the device and then use it to update, and that seemed difficult, really involved. So I haven't done that yet. And yeah, so I don't know. Well, I'm gonna figure out if I can solve that audio issue a little bit, but I'm not gonna worry about too much. I'm just gonna switch the ports and test that later. And in the meantime, I'm just gonna work on this stuff today, so I don't have the audio issues delaying my work. All right. So anyway, I'll catch you guys later. And